am Lamarsha Lewis. Let's talk. Today is Friday, January the 28th, 2022. We are actually about to end the month of January. Already within a month of the new year of 2022, and it's been a pretty good month for me. I hope that it has been for you. We're still on this journey to see where God's going to lead us, trusting and still believe that one day you will see me actually on someone's TV show. I'm still hoping maybe one day to be a guest co-host on The View, The Talk, The Real. I see The Real has really seemed to be taking their show in a new direction. Seeming they're doing more conversations like you see on The View and all of that. I saw this week they had two gentlemen. I'm talking about The Real. They had two gentlemen to guest co-host because Jeannie Mai is out on maternity leave, and we're going to do a conversation about Jeannie and her new baby and all of that. And as we know, the ladies of the, well, I say the ladies, The Talk has two male co-hosts that's on their show. So I'm just from seeing The Real have the guest co-host of male on this week, I'm kind of wondering, where are they aiming The Talk? Would they maybe be leaning to that direction? Because they still are, I guess, if they were to replace Tamara, because I think Garcelle actually replaced Amanda Seales when she didn't come back, because at one time for years after Tamar Braxton had left the Real, allegedly from being fired, it was Tamara Maury Housley, it was Jeannie Mai, Adrienne Bellon, now Adrienne Bellon Holden, and Lonnie Love. Those four ladies held the show down for many years and season. And then they had gotten Amanda Seales that had came on, that completed basically putting it back to five ladies with Tamara, Jeannie, Lonnie, Adrienne, and again Amanda Seales. But she only did it wasn't even a full season that Amanda was on the Real, and supposedly and allegedly she had her reasons for not renewing her contract. Something had happened where I think she said she had did a show, and some information that she had inquired about, and she did the work, but supposedly or allegedly someone else got the credits for it. I believe it was a white person, like a producer or executive or something to that nature. And it's ironic how I'm going with this conversation, because I really didn't intend to do that, but hey, here we are. So we're gonna roll with it. So they, as we know, last year most of the TV shows were doing remote, virtual, from co-hosts doing the shows from their home. That's what the Real did, The View did. I know Kelly and Ryan. Live with Kelly and Ryan, they was also doing virtual, and I think they're still doing it, because I see at one point, right after the holidays, The View, because Whoopi had came down with COVID and Sonny had came down with COVID, they had did like a week at their homes, but they are now back in the New York studios. But seemingly, I don't really watch Kelly and Ryan all the time. Every now and then I may catch them, and I see that they're still doing the virtual, the remote. But going back to The Real, last year the ladies, Adrienne, Lonnie, Jeannie, they were doing the show from their homes, and that's when they also brought in Garcia, who is a new co-host. She basically took the place that of Amanda, and we know Tamara left. I believe it was 2020. I don't think it was 2021. But she left The Real. That came to a surprise for many. And with it just being four, like I said, I don't think Garcia replaced Tamara. I think she replaced Amanda. However, I guess it really doesn't matter. They are now back to four co-hosts. And again, Jeannie Mai, she is actually out on maternity leave. And so this week I saw two gentlemen. So I'm hoping, because The Talk with two guys, and hey, to each his own, and I guess I can get it. It's marketing to. I understand it, but I'm just more of a, I guess, a supporter of women and like seeing women at the table. That's why I truly just really love The View, because Miss Barbara Walters, along with Bill Getty, who was producer and executive and all of that, but Miss Barbara Walters founded with the point of matter being five women coming together at a table, everybody expressing their views, their point of view, and the way they see it, giving their opinion from different perspectives, different age groups, different races, religion, and now they have become so political, so it's more of a political show, The View. And because they're still looking for a conservative. Meghan McCain left at the end of season 24. She did not come back for season 25, and it's been some speculations out there supposedly that The View is having a hard time trying to find a replacement. And I would say this because it is my thought, it is my opinion, that I don't know if they are truly having a hard time in trying to find a replacement for that of Meghan McCain, John McCain's daughter. Perhaps that it may be some truth to it, but this is my perspective. They saw what they had the past 4 years when she was a co-host at The View, at the table. They saw how disrespectful she is. They saw how rude and just very self-entitlement, very snarky. She acted as if she had no home rearing by her parents and came from a prominent family. The daughter of, as she often lets us know, John McCain, who was a senator for many, many years. Her mother, Cindy McCain, is also well known and respected. Recently became an ambassador. President Biden gave her an ambassador. And you had Meghan McCain out there just being a complete butt. I guess that's to try and say it as nicely as possible, because she many times it was not nice at all. Very disrespectful, no respect to anyone. Like I say, Whoopi, who's been friends with her family for years, Joy Behar, just as Joy being the elder of that show, the longest running co-host of The View, Sunny Hostin, Sarah, Anna. She's got into, tried to allegedly had people banned from being on the show because of things she didn't like. Tara Steffmeyer, former co-host Sherry Shepherd, allegedly she tried to get the makeup artist Karen Dupree fired because Karen so I believe one reason why, and I was grateful that they didn't, when they went on the summer break after season 24 ended, they didn't do like they did with when Sarah had left and when Abby Huntsman had became her replacement. They didn't just immediately find someone. They are taking their time, and I think that is that's a very good thing, that the fact they are taking the time out to make sure when whomever we get, and we know they do want that to be a person that is a conservative, because again, The View has become a very political show. In fact, the number one political TV talk show, and that's by five women with Joy, Sunny, Whoopi, Sarah, and Anna. And me personally, I don't understand why not just make Anna a full-time co-host. She's the Friday fill-in, because Whoopi is out on Fridays, and maybe when one of the other ladies is out during the week, Anna is normally that person to fill in when she's available. So it goes with that saying that I like to think of, you already have what you need is in the house. So why are we out there really searching all outside of the house, outside of the box, when it's right there, really, like I say, in the house, in your hands? But for whatever reason, they are doing their search. And again, I think they're really, and I'm thankful that they're taking their time. They're not rushing. I've already given a replacement, because again, no one wants to have a repeat of John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain. I mean, the last 4 years, she took the show down to housewife status. Again, there was no rapport among the ladies themselves. I mean, she told Sunny, why are you looking at me? She called Joy Bitch, and her and Whoopi, and And then after she left, she went out there on this book tour with her audio book Bad Republican, just bashing the show. She did not obviously, or if she looks in the mirror, she does not do self-analysis to take ownership of her being a complete butthole to people, being rude and being disrespectful. You know, she gonna try and say, well, Whoopi promised her dad that he would she would look after her, and she did the first 2 years. Okay, if you out there being disrespectful to everyone, and even to the woman that did say on TV on your first day, Jay, Cindy, we got her. I mean, the ladies only could do so much of trying to be that nurturer to you, that protector of you, to show you love. But you kicked against the prick all the way. You was a rebellious child, and most of the time having a temper tantrum like you were a toddler. I mean, you can't expect someone to continue to just extend the olive branch and you rejecting. It comes a point in time, take ownership. Like I say, she disrespected Whoopi, Joy, Sonny, Sarah, and behind the scenes trying to get people banned from the show because they gave their point of view and because of things she didn't like. I mean, come on, girl. Like I said, you bashing the show. Yeah, so they're taking the executive, like Miss Kim, executive producer Brian Tedder, who we often see on the set with the ladies when they are doing their live shows. They are taking their time and finding the right person for the job, and I think that's a good thing. They have been chemistry testing various people. Most of the ladies would get 2 days. I recently heard somewhere, and again, this is just from information from the internet, and so allegedly it had been stated that the person that they really would like to have, that to them, who would be the perfect candidate, is that of Condoleezza Rice. But supposedly when she was on the show, because she did guest co-host a couple of days, she said she has no desire, because Joy had asked would she like to go back in politics and things like that, and she said she has no desire to go back to Washington DC. She's in California. I don't know how she would feel about being a full-time co-host on The View, but allegedly that is the perfect candidate that The View is would like to have in that seat. But I guess perhaps Condoleezza Rice does not want the seat. I saw recently that Star Jones, Elizabeth Hasselbeck, and Meredith will be coming back for the month of February to guest co-host. In fact, I heard where Star Jones is the only one has a tentative date. She's supposed to be on this coming Friday, a week from today, which will be February the 4th. Supposedly, there's no date actually scheduled yet for that of Meredith and Elizabeth, who are both, or all three, are former co-hosts of The View. It's some are, well, I won't say some. I know it's this one blogger that I often listen to. She seems to be an advocate that for Elizabeth Hasselbeck to come back and be rehired to have that conservative seat, according to her. You know, we all have our opinions, so her opinion is that her opinion. Elizabeth would be she's what they want. She fulfills all the things that they want in the conservative, as far as when you're looking at a conservative. Time shall tell how things go, but again, I am happy to know that the View executive aren't rushing. They're taking their time, and I think that's a good thing. And like I said, I see the Real, going back to the Real, I see they're just doing a different spin. I think Garcelle has added a value to the show. I like her. In fact, I like pretty much all the ladies of the Real. I love Lonnie Love. Like I say, she's an inspiration to me, because every time I see her cry and just sharing stories of humble beginnings, that really, and Jeannie Mai, she often talks about how, she had nothing, how her family came here and things of that nature and perspective. And but I see they're talking about topics now that you hear other TV shows talking about, and plus things that's going on in the within the world, our society, and things like that. So I see they're taking a different spin compared to what their show had typically been in past years, past seasons. So I didn't intend to go this way, but hey, this is what we did. So this is our conversation. I will be back with some more conversations, for I am Lamarsha Lewis. This is just kind of giving an outline about what's going on TV talk shows. Again, trusting God for all things, trusting one day that I will have that opportunity. So this is to the talk, this is to the real, this is to the view. I am a Democrat, but I am a good debater. I believe in holding my ground, speaking my piece. And sometimes you have to let the chips fall where they may. I'm not necessarily a people pleaser. I'm just who I am. I'm me. I'm Lamarsha Lewis, and I believe in being fair. I have values and morals. And again, when it comes to, I can stand a debate, go toe to toe. Because what most TV talk shows, what they do, what the host's job is to give your opinion. So hey, I'm willing to do that. I'm Lamarsha Lewis. Let's talk.